Hey guys, this is going to be a video of kind of a kit review, and it's going to be a kind of a comparison too. As you can see, this is a semi-completed Leopard 1 from the Heller kit that I just basically spent the last month on and off doing. This kit is presentable, I would say. There are a lot of faults in the Heller kit right off the bat, because the upper hull and the lower hull are all multi-part assemblies. The fit is not the greatest in the world, because you got to fit together this piece and the side pieces, plus the lower hull is made up of a side piece and braces that hold it together, and then the lower hull is made up of the usual, like, rear plate and bottom plate in the front. The biggest problem I've got with the kit was the main gun and the mantlet. I had to shave off a lot of the whatever it's not a semi, a pseudo dust cover. That's what this is supposed to represent. These little pleated things there. They don't look at all like canvas, and but I mean the main gun was pointing down like that when you assembled this thing in its standard as it fit out of the kit. So I had to shave it down and finally get it to where it was just basically pointing straight ahead. You can see the gap that is between the mantlet and the turret. I didn't bother fixing that because I wasn't exactly building a showcase model. I figured I'll see how this thing goes together. I'm never going to enter it in a contest or anything, or I've got to add a couple of aerials here, and I've got to do some pin washing and some dry brushing, and the tracks actually aren't, whoops, I've done that more than once. The tracks didn't fit together too bad because they're old rubber band tracks. This kit was probably from the early 70s, I think. And actually they're a little better than in this Italeri kit here. But there are things like the engine louvers here. I don't know if you can see. You can see right through there. There's nothing blocking them off or anything. The rear deck screen, that's a little piece of screen I had that I cut out and put on there. Oddly enough, that was a clear plastic piece. Why they did that, I'm not sure. But again, I'm not that unhappy with it because of where I started. I mean, if you saw a previous video, I was about ready to bag it on this kit, but I just kept my head down and kept doing it. But anyway, the main point of this video is to do an inbox review of this kit, which I have. I kind of went Leopard 1A2 crazy. I bought the Heller kit, I bought the Italeri kit, and I bought this kit. I'm going to do them in worst first. I'm going to finish the Heller, then I'm going to start on the Italeri, and then I'll do the Tamiya. The Tamiya should fall together. If it doesn't, you're going to hear the screaming all the way from Chittenango, New York. But anyway, this is the Italeri kit. I'm not too sure of the vintage of it. I think they made it probably in the 90s. It's got nice box art. I think the box art's pretty terrific, really. Let's see. We've got instructions here. The instructions are the big fold-out kind, so they're going to be all over the place. I'll probably fold them up and work on one section at a time. And it starts off with the lower hull per usual. You know, you'll probably build out of, or I will build out of sequence, because I'll just take all the road wheels and stick them on little picks and stick them in styrofoam as I paint them and get them together. It's got rubber band tracks, an upper hull, lower hull, per the usual. A lot nicer than the Heller kit. I'll say that right away. But again, the Heller kit is a pretty old kit. And it's got some Italian Army and German Army versions here. Now, the rubber band tracks are actually, in my opinion, worse than the Heller kit, because they are super stiff. Figure, you know, by the time you bend those babies around, get them around the drive sprocket and the idler wheel and the road wheels, they're going to be, even though they're pretty live tracks and they're pretty stretched, they're going to be standing above the return rollers, I can tell. I'm probably going to replace these with Fruley tracks. I hate to say it, but I probably will have to. That and an Tamiya kit. So I'm probably down about 40 bucks a piece on each one of these kits already. Okay, what do you get in the box? Well, the first sprue is this one, and that is the lower hull. Doesn't look too bad. It's got the escape hatch molded in, various access panels or little circular panels for engine maintenance. The suspension parts are going to be separate and posable, so that's a nice feature to have if you're going to build a diorama. The turret baskets, they're just about, I mean, they're turret baskets are turret baskets on a Leopard 1A, 1A2. The Heller kit provided turret baskets just exactly like these, although these are a little bit nicer molded. The engine louvers are nice too. They're a lot more representative than the ones on the Heller kit. Although the Heller kit might have been an earlier version of the 1A Leopard. Turret looks nice. No texture on it, but you don't expect to see as-cast texture on a kit of this vintage. The mantlet and the dust cover for the mantlet is a lot nicer than the Heller kit. It gives you more representative of fabric. You can see that. The gun barrel, two-piece gun barrel, it's going to be kind of a pain because there are all these insulation wrap features and fume extractors and things like that that make it, instead of just a cylinder, it's going to be all bumps and ridges and everything. It'll have to be preserved as I'm sanding off the seam lines. Let's see. The upper hull, it is pretty decent. It's got some weld detail on some of the seams. The location for various headlights and things are all marked out there. The tools are pretty heavily inscribed in the side. I don't know if you can see that, but they'll cover up all those marks pretty well, I hope. Front fenders, side skirts. Oh, I don't know if you noticed on the Heller kit, I left off the side skirts. They were not going to work out. I might have to leave off the side skirts on this one too. Most of the pictures I've seen of Leopard 1s in German service, etc., once they had some miles on them, they did away with those side skirts. There's no need to have those if you're driving around in mud all day practicing on German ranges. And then you got to wash the tank when you get it back there. You're going to leave those side skirts off. The tools are a lot nicer than the Hellers. There aren't anywhere near as many sink marks. There are a few ejector pin marks, but they're all in hidden places so far that I can see. Little shovels are nice. They've got brackets rather than just stick a shovel with glue on the side of the inside of the hull like you do with the Heller kit. There's the engine cooling fan. That's kind of nice. That was something that was not on the Heller kit. That goes in the middle of the back deck there where I've got that screen. There are some pretty heavy sink marks on these idler, I don't know what they're called, brackets or whatever that hold the idler wheel on the front of the chassis. But they'll probably be hidden. The crew figure is a pretty nice molding. I'm probably going to use him. Up until now I haven't really used a lot of crew figures in my tanks. I usually do them buttoned up, and I'm going to kind of take the advice of some people on the internet here on YouTube who've said that crew figures will add a degree of life to the model, and I agree with that. I think they do. You just got to be able to paint them, and that's kind of going to be a challenge for me. I've never really painted the crew figures that well. Let's see if you can see that machine gun. That machine gun is a lot better. I think that's an MG42, or at least the modern German version of that. A lot better than the one in the Heller kit. The Heller kit looks like a shoulder fired phaser from Star Trek compared to this. Some of these go in the front of the barrel. I think they're like dummy rounds for training. I'm not sure. I don't know if they're smoke candles or what. The idler wheels have nice bolt detail, and the Heller kit doesn't give you any bolt detail on your road wheels or whatever. The drive sprocket's got nice bolts on it and everything too. Looks like a pretty decent kit. It's definitely not just a rebox of the old Heller. I was a little afraid of that when I first opened it up. I thought, oh no, I bought another Heller kit. But then after the first 10 seconds of panic were over, I realized that I was out of the woods. I didn't have to relive another Heller experience. That's a little piece of screen they give you for the rear deck. If you can see that, it's pretty fine. But I think I'm definitely going to have to go for Fruely tracks. I think I'll probably leave the side skirts off. I'm not sure. I mean, the Tamiya kit shows the Leopard with the side skirts off, and this is what a good 75 to 90% of the pictures available on the internet show the Leopards in use or displayed without the side skirts. I think they were a feature that, again, during the Cold War, These things didn't see much combat. They saw an awful lot of training use. And soldiers being soldiers and always looking to get by with sometimes the minimum amount of effort, they would leave these side skirts off. Because again, like I said before, if you're driving around in mud all day and you come back with this thing caked with mud and you got to hose it off, last thing you want to do is take off those side skirts and put them back on, blah blah blah, wash them off. So you can just leave them in the motor pool and have them ready there in case the colonel or the general stop by, and you can get a couple hours to put them on. I haven't even opened this Tamiya kit yet, but I'll probably do an inbox review of that pretty soon. The Leopard will probably, the Italeri Leopard will be started within about a week. So, okay guys, thanks for watching. If you want to hit subscribe, get my other videos, that'd be great. It'd help me out a lot. Encourages me a lot because I don't like to just talk to an empty, an empty room, So take care, guys. Happy modeling.